Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we did all the stuff in Stormvale Castle, dealt with the Tree Sentinel, Agheel, and we came back and talked to Rogier and found out how he died in the castle. And then between episodes I talked to Dee and talked to Fia in there, and just talked to her long enough that she gave the quest to go seek the Black Knife print, which gives you a map, which is that. It's pretty easy to figure out where it is, considering Black Knife print. You go to Liurnia, well, there's a tree, there's the Black Knife Catacombs. Not really trying to hide what it is, so we'll head there quick and clear it out. The interesting thing about this dungeon is it is, to my knowledge, the only dungeon with two bosses. But that's entirely because, well, I mean, it's because there's the main boss of the dungeon, as we can see by the heavy door, and then we have the secondary boss, which is this quest boss. So we'll have to run through and get the kills. One of the big things here is these skellies will respawn because the necromancers are alive. With these guys gone, the skellies go. Which I've seen way too many people... Okay, I was dodging, but whatever. I've seen way too many people fall prey to the skeletons because they'll sit there and try fighting all of them. And they just keep getting back up, so, you know, you can't do that. Okay, just keep stabbing me, that's fine. Now the quest boss is right behind here. And you can actually summon Dee to help with that fight. But for the sake of completion and just getting all this stuff out of the way now, we drop down here, grab the glovewort, try to get this skeleton, one of these skeletons, to activate. Alright, skeletons are dealt with. This will pop open the main boss door. This opens the door here. Yep, and there's the big crab. Which we can just freehand aim. Unless I'm terrible, then I can't. Fine, we'll just black flame him. Wanted to be cool and use lightning. But no. Has to make things difficult. Yeah, you can kill the crabs if you want. They're just crabs. If you're really needing 28 souls at a time, I guess there's your option. And then just run back around. Scale this as fast as you can to avoid the crab, and you're good. And because some people might be concerned about this, you can summon players for both boss fights. It's not something where it's like, oh, well, you beat this boss, therefore you are locked out of summons for the other. I'm actually going to dip into the fog wall room. Heal first. Because there's a skeleton in here. And what do we get? Oh, Rose's axe. Yeah, that's... It's a weapon. That's all I can say. That's the most positive review I can give of it. It's an intelligence scaling weapon. It's essentially... It is the... I can't remember what the spell is exactly, but it's just bound to the weapon. You raise it up, and then 3 skeletons summon on the left, right, and behind the target. And then when you bring the axe down, they slam their swords down, and then they disappear. The damage isn't good. It's just kind of there, honestly. Getting D is a good summon because he's really tanky. And will be able to handle a lot of fighting. He'll be able to tank the boss for the most part by himself. Oh yeah, there's no normal summons. Or like... I'm trying to think of the word here. Yeah, no spirit ashes, I guess, would be the word. No spirit summons for this fight. But like I said, D can handle all of this pretty well. And Black Knife Assassin down. The Assassin's Cerulean Dagger is also really good, because that allows critical hits to restore FP as well. Yeah, why not? Our stamina recovery is fine. This way, if I land a crit, I can get double. I'm not gonna fight him. Quick rest. Actually, I can level. So we'll do that. We'll go for a little more health. That's a spot of contention I always have. And then this boss will grab some people. Or potentially only one person if this is how it's gonna go. I think I got both people, now it's just waiting for them to connect. Hey, someone else who has that quickly accessible. Come on, other guy. Summon in. You know what, we'll just start moving in and that other guy can... Oh, there he is. I need more head. But we'll get this fight going, because this will be easy. This fight is dead simple. You just see that guy, don't get stabbed by him. You know, backpedal, and if you see him start glowing green on top of his head and goobering, you run. And he's already dead, so that was easy. Woo! Sword wiggle! But yeah, better to just bring people in on that fight, because if it does goober you, and then it grabs you, you pretty much die. And at least this way, if it is gonna goober on someone and kill them, there is a chance that it isn't you who gets goobered and killed. And that's my mentality, you know. Use someone as a meat shield. I won't continue the rest of the storyline right now because you can't really do anything with it, because we'll just go to Rogier, hand over the knife print, and then he'll say, oh, go talk to Ronnie. Well, we have to go through Caria Manor first, because then we have Rena's rise, Ronnie's rise, and Celavis's rise, and she'll be hiding out here. But because of the obvious problem here, we can't continue, so we'll just head to another dungeon. And I'm thinking Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. It's useful, it's easy. That's about it. In this dungeon, this is another one where realistically you don't need help. It is very easy once you know it. Like I had said before, I've done this dungeon so many times. I know it inside and out. You know, more mining guys. I've seen some people complain about their use. Like, oh, it's just the same guys over and over again. I've never seen a problem with it. You know, they're miners, they're in mines. It makes sense. Grab that smithing stone, because a lot of people don't know there's one behind that. Grab the cracked crystals, even if you don't use them to make items. There's so many you can sell them for a few souls. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. You know what, I will do the jumping puzzle later, because honestly, I just hate that jumping puzzle. Things I never thought should go together would be Souls games and jumping puzzles. Honestly, if I want to, I could burn a bunch of magic since I have the 2 daggers going. And those will give me a lot of FP and HP regen, especially here because there's so many guys just oblivious. You can just walk up, stab them in the butt, move on. Which I will actually utilize a bit. like I said, a lot of these guys are oblivious. Okay, all the dangers dealt with, so now we just go back through, butt stab, get my FP back, and I'm good to go. And this is a good item, or a good talisman to have, as long as if you're a caster, I'd say use it, or if you're someone who uses, like, parries, and you're really good at parrying, or you just can stance break people a ton. You know, that's the other thing. If you can do it, go for it. It's not a lot, but it does give you enough. And if you really want to, I wouldn't suggest doing this because it's a very limiting build. But if you have the 4 talisman slots, you could run these 2 and then the Taker's Cameo and Ancestral Horn talismans, so that on kill you gain HP and FP, and then on crit you gain HP and FP, and just continually generating it. I'm trying to think of a time where that would be useful, and there really isn't one. I run on my main build. Mine is a combo of Taker's Cameo, and Ancient Ancestral Horn, Radagon's Sore Seal, which I really should actually grab in the near future, but that's gonna be tough. The rats really hurt. But I have magic that doesn't suck, so... There's that, and then... What's my 4th? That one I usually kind of bounce around, because there's one that speeds up casting times, and I run that, or I'll remove Taker's Cameo and use... there's another one that gives you improved charged spell damage. And that's really good because that works. It's both sorceries and incantations, so it's regardless of what I'm using. My other caster build is a hybrid caster. Admittedly, some of the magic I use isn't a chargeable spell, so it's hit and miss, but a lot of times it's good, and you can always check to see if your spells... Can you turn away, my guy? You can check in the description of the spells to see if it's charging increases potency or not, because that's the big text part you want to see. And as you can see, the Rogier's +8 rapier makes this so much easier. Plus, with the holy damage, I deal 200 damage total. This is also something to note. If you can't beat this boss, hit this elevator. It's the shortcut. Because boom, there's a jumping puzzle, there is where we came in, and you can just... Now that you've triggered this, you can ride it up and down, the lever will work. Should you need this? No. I'm not even going to give a moment of you being like, oh, I can answer this, I don't know if I need it. No, you don't. The only time you will need that shortcut at all, is if you fall to your death. Which also, see that blue thing down there? That's the boss. I love, like, the layout of this dungeon, that you can see the boss all the way at the bottom the whole time. Switch to that. Switch to the Black Flame. Just get him out of the way. Get these 2 out of the way. Because otherwise, when you walk through the doorway, they drop. The Smithing Stones... the level 2 will bring you up to +6, so I can't sit here and be like, oh, it's terrible. You're only in Liurnia. +6 is a pretty good weapon for you at this point. Hell, +8 is phenomenal. And we're fireballing these guys from the entrance, because You see that dangling shadow up in the right corner here? It's actually another puppet. He drops down if you start attacking the other ones in the room. So you take him out from there, he doesn't activate, step in, boom. Easy kill, you don't have to deal with these guys. Crystal knife, int scaling knife, not worth it. If you're a caster, you shouldn't be using a knife at all. That is flat out suicide, because you are likely not tanky. And zap. Oh, you actually needed two. Oh god, danger! I have made many mistakes. Okay, so those guys are distracted, that's good. We need to just kill Castermans. And it's just these guys, that's good. We'll dip in here. And this is the Shatter Earth sorcery. It's what these guys use where they slam the staff into the ground. Is it good? No. None of the Stone Digger sorceries are good. They're all pretty middling at best. I wouldn't sit here and go, oh, you should do a, Stone Digger build. No, you'd be insane. It is a tempting challenge. I think it'd be cool. But I couldn't in good faith, make that argument for someone to do that. A bunch of level 3 smithing stones. I can bring you up to +9. You need 12 total to do that, because it's 2, 4, 6. No. Yeah, that equates to 12. Brain shut off for a moment, and I'm like, I can't do math. Somber, that brings a unique to +3, that's good. Oop, almost missed that. Alright, this fight, we'll just go skellies. This one isn't even really a challenge. This fight seems intimidating at first, because the Crystallians... watch this. Look at their health when this fireball hits. 30. I know what you're thinking, you're like, damn, that's really bad. Do they have a ton of magic resist? No, they're just durable initially. The second you break through this, you essentially stance break them, or you can just backstab them, which also really kind of hammers home a point here. For a boss, they're really weak. And now that's, 500 right there. And we'll just fireball them for the hell of it now, because now it's full damage. It makes sense, they're crystal, you're kind of shattering the crystal, but they're flimsy. And that ball bearing lets us go to the Finger Maiden husks at the table, and we can then buy, I think, level 1 to 2, or 1 to 3 smithing stones, basic ones. And I'll do the jumping puzzle off screen. But for now, that is going to be all. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.